Hello and welcome to Darth Snoogan's Tool Reviews. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that like button.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I thought we'd take a look at an affordable hiss. All you G.I. Joe classified collectors out there who ordered that new hiss tank from Hasbro Pulse that are still waiting on them. Heard today that they're sending out emails estimating November 24th being the ship date. So you guys, if you're lucky, you might see them by Christmas. But if you're like me and you're not going to spend that kind of money on a hiss tank, but you do like the hiss, maybe you'll do something like this and pick up pick up your discount 1/18 scale version for $12.99 at an Ollie's. Now this specifically is the Cobra HISS 3. Comes with the driver. This came out a few years ago. They've kind of just languished on Walmart shelves. Yeah, I picked one up at Ollie's, obviously. Closeout deal. It is a cool tank. It's the blue version. You got the blue driver. Looks like it's pretty accurate to the vintage toy, which we'll take a look at later. We'll compare, but I thought it'd be cool to get this out, take a good look at it, compare it to the OG vintage hiss tank, and yeah, thought that'd be cool. But first, let's go ahead and get a close-up of Rippett's foul card here, and you can pause and read that a little closer if you'd like. All right. Artwork-wise, it's, looks like vintage-style artwork. You got a photo on the side. Some more information here on the bottom. Yeah, it's nothing special, but it does resemble your old vintage packaging. So I'm going to go ahead and get it out of the package. I'm sure I'm going to have to put some stuff together. We'll take a look at it real quick. Try not to make this too long of a video. All right, so far it looks just like our vintage stuff, parts wise. Everything is tied in. So I'm gonna cut those out. We got our tracks here, and the tracks are, they got the like mud on them. That's kind of cool. Gives a little more depth, a little more character to it. I like that. Now this is just the standard hiss body, and they had to have just pulled out the old vintage mode to make that. Here's the little bucket that goes in it. It's a little tighter than my vintage, but then again, this is a new one. And then our figure, he is packaged in a little baggie. So let me get this garbage out of the way here. All right, so he's loose in the bag. Yeah, I really don't like these. I prefer the vintage style versus all these with the weird articulation. The O-ring style figures are the ones I prefer. And I hope I'm not too close making this out of focus. Let me back up a little bit just in case. Yeah, so he's... Yeah, I don't care for that. All right, so here's our canopy cover here. It should just snap. Of course, it is thin plastic, and I really don't want to break it. There we go. very cheap feeling compared to our vintage stuff. So I didn't mention this earlier, but the figure does come with a stand. So we'll go ahead and put him on his stand here. God, I really don't like these. That's why I never got into like the 25th anniversary Joes and all that. I just don't like them. I don't like the way they look. I don't like the way they're made. All right, so we do get instructions for our HISS 3 tank, showing us where to put all the decals. So, you know, I hate doing decals. I really do. I wish they just put them on the damn thing. Since I'm buying it, why not go ahead and put them on there for me? But I understand. That's, yeah. Even when I was a kid, I had to get somebody else put the decals on because I didn't like doing it. All right, so this thing was $12.99, so I'm not really stressed about making this perfect. I don't really have a 1/18 scale collection or display. Honestly, I don't really care that much. I collected them a lot as a kid. I love the Joe stuff, but it's just not something I collect. It's the same with Transformers. Transformers and G.I. Joe were both such a huge part of my childhood, but I don't collect them. You'll see a video every once in a while of something, but this tedious stuff is, I really hate this. Some people love this kind of stuff, though. More power to them. Yeah, I done messed that one up. And then we get decal to go on the back. And there's a few more, but I'm gonna move on. Let's go ahead and put this together. You've got a little hook here, and then it just clips together. At least it should, I'm hoping. There we go, just like that. And there is our HISS tank, the HISS 3 tank. Man, this is such a cheap piece of plastic. I can't complain though. $12.99, whatever, you know. He does look pretty cool in there. Sucks as an actual figure. He doesn't come with any weapons, so just leave him inside. And this canopy, you got to push him down in there though, because the canopy will hit his head. There we go. All right, so what do we think? Feels just like the vintage, other than the plastic being a little cheaper. Size-wise, it looks exactly like it. So let's bring in, I've got the HISS tank, the first version. And as you can see, they are exactly the same size. Yeah, let me zoom out a little bit. I think I still prefer my old vintage, even though it's pretty worn out. The canopy's all discolored. But yeah, there's something about the vintage that I prefer. Even though this is, I mean, I do dig the treads being dirty looking. Yeah, all this is the same. This is just loose. Still got the foot pegs on the back. The canopy up here is, although the turret, the bucket is a little different. Now, tilt this up where you can see the placement of the actual turret. And you've got these little gaps here. You've got 3. On this one, you only have 2. Now, I don't know if in the vintage toy line, if the HISS Tank 3 actually was made this way. So, if someone knows, let me know in the comments. Let's compare our drivers. Yeah, the turrets are actually smaller too than the vintage. But I tell you, if you really don't care about this, but you need another canopy, because like mine, the canopy's discolored, might be a good idea. Just saying. It might be enough for me to pick up another one just to get the canopy for $12.99. All right, so here's our vintage HISS tank driver. And he deserves to stand more than that other guy, if this will even work with him. No, it won't, but anyway. Now, he is missing his decal from his chest. But I think it's far superior of an action figure compared to this bow-legged version. It's so stupid looking. Bring back all the O-ring figures. So much better. Yeah, so here we have our HISS 1 against the basically the re-release of the HISS 2. Like I said, some of these parts on this thing are cheap feeling, especially this. The bucket with the turrets feels cheaper, but you know, your tracks and then your basic body, those all feel exactly the same. It feels like it's made from the same type of material. That doesn't feel like they cheaped out on those. All right, guys, thanks for sticking around for another video. Sound off in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on this. You want to see more stuff like this? Are you into the 18th scale G.I. Joe, the old 3 3/4 inch, or by today's standards, 4-inch figures? Let me know in the comments. As always, I appreciate your thoughts. I appreciate you watching. Give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.